Hello, everybody. Good evening. How are you all? I've not been here for 3 weeks. Have you missed me? Well, welcome to my little midweek mediumship show. You're all very welcome. Again, it's nice to be back after 3 weeks away. So do come and join in, as always. Do please like and share the stream, like and share SPTV in general as well. Get us out there. So yeah, please do that. We're very much appreciated. Although on Facebook they might have the option to send stars, please don't send stars because we are a free channel, so we don't work with stars. So please, we just need your presence, your energy, your comments, your shares, your likes. So yeah, so please keep sharing and please keep liking. But as I say, I hope you're all well. And also, I was going to say a big thanks to anyone who joined myself and 4 other fabulous mediums on Bill Hughes's Collective Consciousness show last week. We all had a really good time. I think the energy was really, really good, and I hope you all enjoyed that evening. And Bill's next and very last show, Collective Consciousness show, is on Thursday the 14th, where there will be another medley of mediums evening there as well at the same time at 8 p.m. So do join Bill and his fellow mediums on his show on the 14th. Again, his very last show, his last Collective Consciousness show. So do join him there. This evening, following me at 8 p.m., we have Christine Stewart for psychic reading. So again, you've got an evening of readings here, spirit connection, psychic reading. So do stay if you can this evening. And again, share, like, whatever, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube, it's very much appreciated. So let's say hello to some people, shall we? Deborah Long, hello, Deborah. Thank you very much for joining from Canada. Fabulous, watching there on Facebook. Marvelous. Hello, Caroline. Oh, thank you. So Caroline, you obviously watched it and said it was fab. Thank you very much, Caroline. We had a lovely time as well. Hey, Goodwin, hello to you, watching on Facebook there. So yeah, whether you're on... Okay, so yeah, so get your comments keep coming in, people. It's a little bit slow on Facebook. YouTube, is YouTube okay, Richard? YouTube seems to be fine, but Facebook is always a bit of a lag, isn't there? So yeah, keep commenting, people, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook. Michelle, hello, you're new here. Well, very welcome, Michelle. Hope you enjoyed this evening. Deborah, good evening to you as well, watching on Facebook. Shaniza, hello to you as well, watching on Facebook. Crystal Pickett, hello to you. I'm new to this channel and listening to it. Well, very welcome, Crystal, and thank you for tuning in there, watching via YouTube. Sarah, good evening to you, watching on Facebook. We'll say a few more and then we'll get the evening going because I have got a gentleman talking to me. Patricia Fowler, good evening, Patricia, watching that on Facebook. Hope you're well. Deborah Harper, hello to you as well, watching that on Facebook. What else we got? Can you believe it's Christmas nearly already? I don't know where the year's gone. Eva, watching from South Africa. Well, welcome, Eva, watching that on Facebook. And Nolene, hello to you, my darling, watching that on Facebook. Saying hello, David and Richard. So hello. Right, ladies and gents. So as you're aware, if you watch this, watch my little show regularly, it is mediumship. So I'm connecting with your loved ones in the spirit world, or rather they're connecting to me, whatever way you want to look at it. So you know how I work. I say it as I see it, hear it and feel it. I try not to judge the information. I say it as it comes in. All right. So if you can understand what I'm saying, people, unless I come direct to you, but if you can understand what I'm putting out there, the majority of the information, please do put in the comments as quick as you can and they'll be filtered through to me. Be aware that I don't see every single comment, all right? So just bear that in mind as well. But I am going to get started because I've got a gentleman that's been talking to me before I even came on. And I feel like I need to, I don't know if there is a Denise watching, that name of Denise, or someone has a relative with the name of Denise, because I feel like I've had this name in my head for the past half an hour, and it's coming from a male in the spirit world who I feel is calling out Denise, Denise, Denise. So either you're going to be Denise, or you're going to have a relative that's significant here with the name of Denise, because or the or the niece. It could be no, but I'm going to stick with what I feel. I feel it's Denise. 'Cause I can see it written in my mind as well with the Denise. That's what I'm seeing. So I'm going to stick with that for the minute. This is coming from a man in the spirit world, and this man is, I wouldn't put him at a great age when he passed either. I don't know if I want to say middle age or just a little bit older than middle age, but I don't see this as being like a grandfather type kind of person. It's not kind of the age that I'm feeling. And I don't necessarily get ages being put into my mind. It's more the feeling of what I'm seeing is a man would have been past his mid years, if that makes sense. And I'm calling out that name. This man, I feel he seems to be, to me, he's not coming through with all bells and whistles, with loads of information and loads of evidence, and here I am, look at me, because I don't feel that's his personality, right? And as we know, if we know with this work, that when you do pass the spirit, your personality does not change. So if it was quiet, if it's quiet here and not saying too much, it would have been the same in life as well. So it's not coming through with bells and whistles. As I say, here I am, look at me. I don't perceive an overly talkative man. He seems a little bit quieter, is what I want to say. And I feel like February, thank you. And February has just dropped into my mind as well. So February will be important, birthday, passing, anniversary. Thank you for saying that, Joanne. And Crystal said, my niece, mother named Denise, and my ex-boyfriend, sister named Denise. Okay, let me see what else I'm getting in. So I'm just trying to describe the personality and character of this man that I've got. So that's me again. I lost it. It gave me something, and it's left my mind because I didn't say it quick enough. But yeah, I say I don't know if I'm just laid back or just a bit quiet with him. Oh, I feel that now it's not telling me how he passed, right? It's not giving me details about what condition he had to cause his passing. But I feel like it's coming in with quite a quick message here. And I feel like it's coming in because I feel like he needs someone here to know, and it's a female, whether it's Denise or someone else, that he is okay where he is. So you're going to have the reason it is coming in is because he knows that you're going to be able to get the message to Denise that he is fine. And I feel like she needs to hear it, because I don't, if it's almost one of those situations where, because of how someone passed, we might be concerned about, are they stuck somewhere, which they're not. Are they okay where they are? I'm worried about them, but actually we don't need to worry about them because in spirit they're all right. So that's my feeling there. Okay, what's that again? There's a Bill that I need to mention with this man as well. So Bill William, but I'm hearing it as Bill in my mind. Don't know if it's his name, or again, that's a name that he's calling out, but Bill is important as well. Stature, I don't feel necessarily a tall man here as well. He's trying to describe himself to me, but he's trying to show me in pictures rather than rather than talk to me about it. Because again, my perception here is that he wasn't a talkative man in life, so he's trying to give me visuals of certain aspects of himself, and so yeah. So I don't feel an overly tall man. I would go more average height if I would put a height on it. I'm 5'8", right? I always use my height as an average, and my height is average for a man, I guess, 5'8". I don't see a big man here either, but also not a skinny man. So he's trying to describe himself, but I do feel quite quiet. I've got to say, I can't change that. It does feel a little bit quieter to me. Come on, my friend, it's not giving me much else. Do you know what? It feels a bit sad. there's a slight sadness to him, and I don't know why. I don't know if that was his character in life, whether he was a bit sad at one point, whether that's to do with grief or something. I don't know, but it seems a bit quiet and not giving me much else to go on. Say it to me again. July is important as well. Okay, so July is also important. Okay. Right. If anyone can understand this, please do let me know. Now, I don't get too caught up on names, right? So if you can't understand a name, that's all right. I don't get caught up on them because I don't necessarily find them evidential necessarily because we've all got a name. So a name doesn't define who we are. It's the character, personality that does that define. And that's what you're going to recognize more, and that's the important evidence here. It's looking at. Showing me a fireplace. He wants me to warm his hands on a fireplace. But it looks like this fireplace is outside. So it looks like there's a bonfire or something that is stood at, and I'm warming my hands. So he may have even had like to have bonfires in the garden, or whether this is a memory of your childhood with the bonfire. Because I could see him doing this and warming his hands up by the fire. But it's not being too clear with me with this one. It's making me work for this one. And oh, Georgina, what was the first bit, please? I can take the character. Okay. So Georgina, what I was hearing in my head, how it got my attention, is he's calling out the name. It sounded to me like Denise, right? And I don't know who this Denise is, but it sounded like that was the name that he was giving me. So whether he was calling out that name, or whether it's just that's significant somewhere in the family, that name Denise. That's what it sounded like to me. What else did I say? I can't remember what I say because once I've said it, it's gone. So yeah, I think if you got the character, that mostly what I was talking about, Georgina, was the character of him. So quite quiet, not saying very much. It doesn't come in being all bells and whistles, like some spirit people can come in. So to me, that's explained that is not that. Wasn't very necessarily a talkative man in life. Quite quiet. I don't know if he just didn't say much, but it just seems to be a bit of a quieter man. Yeah, it's not telling me how he passed, and spirit don't always work with me that way. But I want to go to my chest actually, try and correct me. I've got chest issues going on here as well, but I feel lungs rather than the heart. That's just what I'm feeling just put into my mind. I don't know if this would be something, what I'm doing, sat here doing, I don't know if this would be something that he would actually believe in either, to be honest. I don't know if he was a religious man or anything like that, but I get a feeling that the spiritualism, talking to dead people, is not something that he would have understood or been interested in, quite frankly. Can I go back to Georgina, please? I'm going to stick there. Not sure if Denise, I know about the character. That's fine, Georgina. Let me just work with it. Oh, Georgina. Oh, thank you. Yes, did it get an A? No, my feeling, Georgina, is as I was seeing him, he doesn't look like to me how I'm seeing him is that he got to a grand old age. So sometimes spirit will give me a ballpark. Sometimes they won't. Sometimes it's just a feeling of an age that I get, because to me, age is very subjective, right? You can look at some people who are in their 50s, but they might look like they're in their 30, like they're 35 or 40. Do you know what I mean? So, but I don't feel that he was a grand old age. I want to go middle age and a little bit higher. I don't want to go too much higher than that. Right. I could have a double link here. So Joanna's saying Denise is his daughter, but he was older than middle aged. But bit past just, yeah, I wasn't picking that up. I don't feel like I'm there. I don't feel I'm with Deb. Right, let me work with Georgina. I feel that's where I'm going. All right. So thank you very much, everyone else that did comment. But I feel I want to place it with Georgina. So Georgina, could you just confirm for me what the link to this man with you? Because that can sometimes he's not telling me what the relationship is, right? It's very quiet. He's not giving much away, and I also feel that's because he seems to be quite a private man. It's a little bit like I'm feeling that you didn't, or people in general didn't know a lot about this man because he either kept a lot to himself or just didn't, yeah, just didn't talk about his private life. And some people like that. Some people are just a bit, no, this is my business. Don't need to, no, everyone needs to know my business. So it feels a little bit like that. So Georgina, if you could just confirm the relationship with who this man is to you, that can sometimes build that connection a bit stronger here. But it does also, Georgina, keep coming to my lungs. And so it's either something like, I don't know, see, it's not making my breathing labored or anything like they normally would. They're not making me cough, but I just keep seeing a pair of lungs in my head. So it's either there was a lung condition that was just undiagnosed, or whether it's just it just doesn't want to give me the feeling, but it wants to just show me quickly. So I don't know if it was something like, I don't know, lung cancer, emphysema, COPD, asthma. I just keep showing me a pair of lungs here, so I need to go with it because that's what I'm being shown here. Okay, what else? April. So Georgina, I've got to give you the month of April as being important as well. So it'd be birthday, passing, anniversary in the month of April as well. So I've given February, April, and July. So those 3 months will be important for him or for you. Oh, we didn't talk much. He isn't. He still isn't talking very much, which is all right. That's him. That's his personality, right? No, don't tell me how he passed. It's fine. I'm just telling you what I perceived. Give me that again. Give me that again. Give me that again. Oh, and number 18, I've got to give you as well, Georgina. So the 18 is either going to be the 18th of a month, which is significant. So it'll be a passing, birthday, anniversary on the 18th of a month, or it could be something like a door number. But 18, the number 18 seems to be important as well. Now, I'm going to wrap this up in a second, Georgina, because it's not giving me much else, to be honest. Can take all but July. That's fine. July might make sense somewhere later, but he did give me that as well, so I need to just pass that on. Yeah, he's not given me much else, to be honest. I feel, Georgina, he just wanted to jump in and just to let you know, family know that he is okay. And I do feel that's because of the past way he passed. Now, it's not telling me how he passed. You don't need to tell me how he passed. He doesn't even give me a sense of whether it was tragic or sudden or not. He's not giving me that information at all. It's just let them know that I am okay, that I am fine where I am. I'm not stuck anywhere. I'm in the spirit world. And yeah, and it's not, again, I feel it's not giving me so much information about it because it does seem quite a private man to me. Oh, he was sad as well. That's fine. So it was just it's obviously not sad anymore. That was just, it's giving me those certain aspects of him whilst he was here. So you would recognize who it is, but it's not sad anymore because in the spirit world, there is none of that. But yeah, it's not giving much else. It does seem quite a private person, not wanting to share everything on a public platform, anything like that. It's just he wants to give you the awareness that he is all right. Oh, and that's what he said to me as well. Now, look, I tend not to always talk about the signs and symbols like the white feather, the robin, the butterflies, or what have you, because it can be a bit airy-fairy for me. However, I will say, Georgina, that it keeps dropping a white feather in front of you. So that's either you recognize white feathers as being spiritual symbols, or you have recently found, or a white feather has recently dropped in front of you, or you found one randomly on your doorstep or something like that. So just see that dropping in. Is there anything specific? Well, I've given what I can with this link. He's not given me much else, to be honest, right? And I can't, drag it out of him. I'm just passing on what I'm perceiving from him, but he's not giving me anything else really to go on. So I'm not going to try and flog a dead horse. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just going to wrap it up there for you, Georgina. And as I say, the message is that he is okay, and I feel like that is what he just wants the family or yourself, whoever it is, wants to know. You need to know that he is okay where he is. But that's, yeah, he's not giving me anything else to go on. So Georgina, I hope you can take. Thank you for taking that. But yeah, that's all it's given me, my darling, I'm afraid. But if it's not a white feather yet, look out for it, because I wasn't getting robins. And I've got to be really honest, right? I'm not going to change it to make it fit. I was not seeing robins. It's a white feather that I got. So it's not happened yet. Look out for it over the next couple of days. But robins I was not getting. So just got to be honest about it. So Georgina, thank you very much. I'm going to leave that and wrap that up there. Thank you. Yeah, it was tough, that one, I've got to say. It just wasn't giving me much else, to be honest. Right. Let's see what else. Okay. I was going to buy white feathers. Okay. Well, I would say still look out for that white feather dropping in front of you, Georgina. Still look out for it. Right, okay. I've got a lady coming in now. Okay. Hannah Crawford, hello there. You're new here. Well, welcome, Hannah Crawford. I hope you enjoy. But I always go where either where I'm drawn or whatever drops in, I just pass it on. Okay, right. So I've got a lady now stepping forward here, and this lady, she's making me laugh. Now I feel this goes back a little bit. No, this lady again, I don't feel so old when she passed. She feels like she could be a mum, but I feel she would have passed relatively young, maybe in her 40s or 50s, something like that. A great personality on this lady. I feel relatively slim with this lady as well. And what she's doing is she's doing that thing from the old Shake and Vac advert. Is that shake and vac and put the freshness back. So it's like she's got a hoover in front of her, and she's not just hoovering, but she's doing that that action with, and like I'm hearing that song in my head, and she's doing the shake and vac. So that will be. So it's that again, Richard. I can't. So oh yeah, and she's kind of yeah. As Richard says, she's wiggling her bum, but yeah, and she's kind of kicking her legs up behind her, and she's moving this hoover back and forward, and she's doing the shake and vac. I can say she's got a personality on her, this one, and so that's a memory that you would have of this lady doing it. I do keep feeling motherly. I do keep feeling mum. So that's what it feels like to me. I don't get a sense of tragedy with her passing. So I do feel she may have had an illness before she passed, or an illness that contributed to her passing, but I don't feel any sense of tragedy about it. But obviously it's tragic that she passed as young as she did, but I do feel as there's may have been an illness before she passed as well. Now I know we're in December, but she keeps drawing my mind to December, and so it's not just about Christmas. This is about an event, a birthday, passing, anniversary happening in the month of December as well. And she's telling me that she liked a little sherry. So she wasn't a big drinker, but she did like a little sherry, because I'm saying there's a little sherry glass with a sherry in it. But she's telling me I liked it. I liked a little sherry. Whether that's at Christmas or whether that's just in general, I don't know. but I feel that she was a big drinker anyway, but she did like a little sherry. She liked to keep a tidy house, and that might make sense by the shake and vac hoovering the carpet. But I do feel in general she was quite a tidy lady. She liked a tidy house. I don't want to go over the top with it, but she liked things in order. But she's got a great personality on her. She's a bit of a laugh, I feel. And one of these ladies that was always positive. So even if she did have an illness or felt rubbish on a particular day, I do feel that um, she did always try to keep positive. So to me, she feels like a good tonic for someone having a bad day. So if you're having a bad day, you can go and see this lady, and she'll cheer you right up just through her personality and her character as well. I do feel she also presented herself well. So she dressed well. I don't want to put her in a suit or anything like that, but she just presented well, I want to say. Big old smile on her, quite a slim lady as well. But her and this Hoover, I can't get away from it, this vacuum cleaner, hoovering this floor, doing the shake and vac. So that's taken me back to the 80s. That's where my mind wants to go with that. Anything else, my darling? No, it's not giving me anything else yet. Let me see. Angel sounds like my sister-in-law, past 22nd December, always cheered me up. Okay, look. Angel, would she have been a mum? Because I have a feeling that that's just my feeling that she was a mother, because I feel like I've left like dependents behind. So whether they were adults or children, doesn't really matter to me. That's what I feel like I've left some dependents behind. Size 10, always kept the house clean. Okay, let's see. Right, Angel, and Jane's Brown sounds like my sister. Okay, let me see what else I can. Where October, and she had 4 children. Can I work with Angel, please? I'm going to go there. So Angel, thank you very much. Keep on commenting as I'm bringing some more information in. But I want to come to you, Angel, and work there, because that feels right there to me. So Angel, I want to give, I say the month of October has just dropped into my mind as well. So whether it's for one of her children or for her, but October seems to be important. And I do feel, this can sound quite strange, and sometimes I find it a bit odd that sometimes the spirit people will talk about their funerals and how they were laid to rest, right? And my feeling is, although it would be a sad day, I do feel that because of this lady's personality, she would have wanted people to celebrate rather than mourn. Now we're obviously gonna mourn. Naturally, we're gonna do that. But I feel that she would want her life to be celebrated as well. So my feeling is that this would have been taken into consideration for her funeral. And I don't know whether that's to do with a song that was played that might have been a bit unusual because it was upbeat, or whether it just be the day in general was celebratory as well as being the sad side of it as well. Because she just said to me, I wasn't too fussed. So although she liked to keep a tidy house, October is her son's birthday. Thank you. Must be psychic. I don't feel too fussy with her. So I'm not. So again, she likes to tidy house, but she seems quite. Oh, what it is. That kind of personality. Not taking things too seriously. Yes, she didn't like sorrow but happiness. So many turned up for her funeral. Okay, and it's almost like she's mentioning that again just to identify herself a little bit more here through that bit of evidence that she's giving. So this is her. Because if I brought someone in who was very sad and wanted, it's not going to be her, right? Oh, were you? Okay, quite popular. Oh, so as I've read that, which there's so many turned up for a funeral, or I heard in my head that's because I was so popular. But she's saying that not in an arrogant way at all, just that more jokey kind of way. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, I'm so popular. She's saying it with a smile on her face. Okay, right. Would you understand, Angel, either yourself or someone close to her that did her hair? Because she just said to me about the person who did her hair for her. Now, I don't know if that was just before she passed or whether that's after she'd passed, that someone had gone in and did her hair for her, because that seems to be a thing for her as well. Oh, she liked the upbeat music. Thank you. I just saw that as well. And yes, easygoing. Okay. Yeah, because to me, she doesn't feel like she took life too seriously, right? She doesn't feel like that. Just like, okay, whatever. Loved a good joke, could always laugh, even in a hard time. Absolutely. And that's why I said, I always see this smile on her face. Not, doesn't ever seem to be down. She might have been down at times, but didn't necessarily show it, is my feeling there. Okay. He had haircut short just before her passing. Okay, thank you. That's fine then, because I knew that was important to mention. The what? Okay. Angel, I also need to mention, she said to me, can you talk about the kiss on the forehead? And again, I don't know if that's you kissing her on the forehead, as in like saying either like saying hello or goodbye to her. I used to do it to my granddad. He was so short. I used to kiss him on the forehead. But I feel like I want to place a kiss here, and she wants me to mention it. And the what? And the gift. Okay. And Andrew, did you bring magazines into her or something? Because she's talking about thank you for all the magazines is what I want to reference there as well. And I don't know if she was in hospital for, so I feel like I've gone into her and I've brought her things in, and she just said, "Can I thank you for the magazines?" Because she didn't like being bored. She needs something to do, and I feel like I want to keep busy with sister-in-law. I don't want to sit and do nothing or sit and watch the world go by. I want to be busy and do things. And so I can't remember about the kiss on the forehead. Maybe it's just like, if it's not you, it'd be someone close to her. You might need to ask them. Oh, she did pass in hospital. Okay, that's why I felt like I've gone into her with things. Like people might bring in grapes or whatever, but I've got to talk about magazines. So, I talk about your. No, I don't know if her mum is in spirit or she's here, because I'm not seeing her. I don't want to put anyone in spirit, shouldn't be there. But I need to. She's talking about her mum, because I keep hearing mum, mum. So I feel like I need to talk about her mum, but I'm not necessarily understanding whether she's living or whether she's passed. But I feel like I'm with mum or around mum. It's something like that, but I'm not getting exactly what she's talking about. You're not. You're not. Well, I know this. Okay. Now, Angel, I've got to say to you as well. What she said to me is, "Can you tell her I'm not ill anymore. I'm not sick anymore." Now, I know that from doing this work, and if you know spiritual yourself, you'd understand. When you go to spirit, as I said in the first message, we don't take those illnesses to spirit. We leave that with the physical body. But it's almost important to her to say, "I'm not sick any. I'm not sick anymore." But even so, even if she was sick when she was living, it's kind of one of these people that just wouldn't let it get her down. Of course, she can have down days, but she kept going. Oh, I remember now. I did bring her magazines before she got very ill. Okay, thank you. So, and that's linked to the boredom, because being in hospital, she would have been bored off her head, right? So bring those magazines for her, gave her something to do, and that's why she brought in the boredom thing with it earlier. So there you go. So it's just your sister-in-law identifying her. I was going to say friend. So Angel, although she's your sister-in-law, it feels very much like you were friends. And look, not to say you can't be friends with your with your in-laws, but that's my feeling. She feels more to me like she's not just she's more than that to you. She was your friend, not just a sister-in-law, right? Um, Anything else you want to give to me, my darling? Okay. Yes, I know she's not ill in spirit. Fabulous. We still grieve her presence. Of course you are. Gonna grieve, but she's very much because of her presence. I feel like you're gonna know, or you do know that she is there because she's not a wallflower. This one, right? She's very much positive, good energy. She wants to know. She wants you to know that she's around. All right. And last bit I'll give before I wrap up. Okay, can you tell them to? We were very close. We're always there, absolutely. And what she said, she said, she's laughing. She's saying, "Can you tell them all?" So this is not just you, Angel, but so can you tell them all to cheer up a little bit? Can you tell them all to cheer up a little bit? Now, I know it's easier said than done, and no, spirit can give these things because that's what they want us to do. But as humans, we've got to make that decision. Do we sit in sadness or do we move forward with our spirit people still in mind and do it with a bit of laughter and a bit of happiness? And that's what she wants. Can you tell them all to cheer up a little bit, right? So, Angel, you know she's there anyway, and she's just bringing this evidence in to say, yes, I am there. And just wants you all to laugh and to smile again, all right? She's never far away. But Angel, I feel that's all I've got to say from her. So thank you very much for taking that message, and I'll leave that there with you. Thank you very much, Angel. Angel, thank you. It's passed on to family. Thank you. Marvelous. Okay. All right. Oh, right. Okay. Did you? As I sit here talking to myself. Okay. All right. Okay. Right. 40, 50. Okay. Right. I've got a man that is. Oh, you're welcome, Angel. No problem. Thank you very much for taking it. Right. I've got a right joker here. In a nice way. Right. I've got a man stepping forward. Or it's actually talking. This one's a bit more talkative. This one is a bit lively, I've got to say. Sue, you're new. Well, welcome to you. Oh, as a poet, I didn't know it. Well, welcome, Sue. Oh dear. Right. Okay. So I've got this man stepping forward, and the way he stepped in, as I was just finishing off that link there for Angel, he said to me, "Yeah, I kicked the bucket as well, you know." But saying it in that jokey way. So this is not a serious man that I've got coming in, right? I feel bit of a charmer, were you? Yes. Okay. So this man, say I think a bit of a practical joker. I feel a bit of a lad with him and a bit of a man's man, but in a nice way. He wouldn't have been a very tall man either. I want to go short to average. If anything, I don't feel taller than that. He was a well-built man, bit of a stocky man, is what I'm seeing in my mind. I don't feel he's got much hair in his head either. It looks a bit bald to me. That's my feeling there. Quite a strong. I feel like he must have worked outside or something. I don't know what I mean by that. Whether I'm a builder or I want to work with heavy things, like heavy machinery is what I feel, because I feel like I've got what do I want to say? I don't know if I've got like cement or something over me, or I get a bit dirty with what I'm doing, but that's coming through as well. Because I'm dressed in very casual clothes, like I've got a pair of like black work trousers, like outside. What do I call them? Whether they're joggers or just outside work gear on with like steel toe cap boots, a t-shirt. Because I feel like I'm outside. That's what I'm doing. not old when he passed. I don't know if I'm in my 40s. I'm more inclined to say 40s. I could have been a little bit older, but I don't want to go any higher than my 50s. But 40s for me is a ballpark, but maybe toward more the higher end of 40s. That again, that's just a feeling because I'm not being explicitly being given an age. Yeah, very upper body strength is a very strong. Is stocky, but it's a very strong man, and it's maybe because he's dealing with heavy things, whether it be bricks or machinery or concrete or something like that. Is my feeling there. Um, he's got a glint in his eye, and 'cause he keeps drawing my attention to his eyes, my I feel like they're a particular color which really stood out, whether they were blue or green eyes. Not, I don't feel I've got brown eyes on this man. Because he keeps drawing my attention to his eyes, right? Um, I am looking at you. Oops, not my microphone. I am seeing what you put in, Nicole. I'm just trying to feel more into the energy of this man. Good strong handshake as well. He's got strong hands. I know I mentioned upper body strength, but he's got a good grip on his hand as well. So he would shake your hand. Is old school in that sense. He would shake your hand rather than give you a hug, right? But yeah, it would shake your hand. And I've got dirty hands as well, like oily or greasy dirt. I've got dirty hands here, so I know that there's manual labour going on with this gentleman. And I feel like I'm outside. I feel like I'm working outside. That is where I want to be. I don't want to work indoors. I don't know if I'm on a building site or something like that, but I do feel like I'm outside. Yeah, because I'm on my feet a lot. I feel like I'm stood up a lot. I'm not sat down. I'm not on a chair. I'm not in an office. I'm walking up and down with these boots on, and I can't change that. That's just what I'm seeing in my head. I think he may have suffered a little bit with lower back pain, and that could be because of the job that I'm seeing him do. But I do feel there's a bit of discomfort in the back there as well. But I do feel quite smart with him as well. I've got an intelligent mind on him. I think people misunderstood him or misread him, is my feeling. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I do feel because of his personality that people might have thought he was, I don't know, do I say it? I'll say it. People might have thought of him as being a bit rough or a bit of a hard man because either the way he looked or the way he came across. So there's a slight, I do feel people might have misunderstood him a little bit from that sense. I also feel like I want to say, there's a sense of either surprise or shock with his passing, because unlike the lady before who I felt was ill before she passed, I either he went quicker than we thought he would, or he was there 1 minute and gone the next. There's that sense here as well that I don't feel that we were quite prepared for his passing. Right, I feel that I'm drawn to Millie B at the moment. Nicole, do keep listening. We could have a double link here, but I've got to go with my feeling, and I feel that Millie B, I am with you directly for the minute. So Nicole, hang on in there. But let me go. Yeah, so Millie B, so he got diagnosed with cancer and passed a few weeks, but after very quick passing. Okay, Richard, could you just quickly flash up her comments for me, just so I can. Oh, read your mind, or must be psychic. One of the two. Sounds like my granddad. He was average height, stocky, thin hair on top, and a cheeky joker. Fabulous. He's 59 when he passed. Okay, that's fine. Pale blue eyes, right. He worked on the railways and driving deep. Yeah, that fits more for me. Feels more for me. Right there. He had bad back, but tumours on his spine. Oh, that'd be the bad back then. I think I saw the last one which he passed. Yes, people thought he was a hard man, but it was actually, yeah, that's exactly the feeling that I got. He wasn't as maybe he would have projected himself to be. He got diagnosed with cancer and passed a few weeks. I had a very quick pass. Okay, thank you. So Millie B, that it feels right for me. So hang on in there. So I'm gonna leave some more Millie B, and then as you're doing perfectly now, yeah, just keep commenting after each bit of evidence that I try to bring in. Okay. Um, okay. So what are you doing? This right. So I know I've already said it's a bit of a joker, which you've acknowledged. What are you? It's taken my mind back to my childhood, and I feel this is a memory that you're going to remember of him, of him doing this certain thing. His doing that thing um, with his fingers, and I can't. Rich might be able to help me out here. Where it's a rhyme about Peter, like two little birdies, like Peter and Paul. What was it? Um, oh, what I can't. Yeah, it's like that nursery rhyme, and like two birds sitting on a fence. One named There's a rhyme that goes with it. One named Peter, one named Paul, and the one flew away and left Peter. Yeah, that one. I can't remember the whole thing, but it's like I feel that he would have done that with you, and you might have a memory of. That's it. Two little dicky birds sitting on the wall. One named Peter, one named Paul. Fly away, Peter. Fly away, Paul. Yeah, come back, Paul. Yeah, thank you. We got there in the end. So, Millie, would you understand? I must sound like a right fruitcake when I'm doing this thing. Yeah, take Peter and Paul. He used to do that. Thank you. So it's just identifying that this is absolutely for you, Millie, by giving me that. God, I've not heard that for years. So absolutely, your granddad coming in. Right, granddad, work. You worked your fingers to the bone, did you? I trust you, right? So Millie just said to me, I worked my fingers to the bone, and I do feel that your granddad was a very hard worker. I feel as well that he worked all hours God sends. I mean, it just seemed to be very busy, but I think because he enjoyed it, I feel like that was what he liked to do. And these days people don't necessarily like the jobs that they do, right? But they do it because it pays the bills. But it feels like that he's the opposite of that, and he actually really enjoyed what he did, and he was very skilled at doing it. And so he spent a lot of time at work, but I feel it's not just because he enjoyed it, but because he wanted to provide for the family, right? And just it's not he wasn't a slacker at all. Um, Always busy, always working, and but he enjoyed it as well. Now, I don't know if you can take the name George Millie as well, whether that's his name or someone else in the family that I've got to reference there as well. But George has dropped into my mind from your granddad as well. Um, uh, are you? You're with yeah. Okay. He was a very. It's a lot of friends, your granddad, Millie, because he just said to me that in the spirit world is met up with his mates, and there's quite a few of them. So he's up there with his mates, having a laugh. But I think he liked that as well. As much as he worked very hard, he liked that social time with his friends as well. But I do feel that although he worked very hard, he knew a lot of people. A lot of people knew him. So there's a social aspect to him as well. Um, I want to say I'm with the lads. Um, Yes, George is Nan's dad in spirit. Okay. Well, she has to reference George. That's fine if you understand it that way. That's all right. Um, but yeah, is having a laugh in spirit, and is what he said to me. Is with his mates. Um, he did have a lot of mates, yeah, and I feel there's a lot of them over in spirit world as well. So he's in good company. I want to say. Why are you showing me that? Okay. Now, Millie, this might be you or some. Is it yourself or someone in the family, Millie, that is a fan of Mrs. Brown's Boys, the TV show? So I've just seen I've just seen her in my head, but it's referencing it. So again, I don't know if that's to do with you, him, but I've just had Mrs. Brown's Boys put in my mind as well. So I need to just reference that. Where okay. I've got to give the month of January as being important as well, Millie B. So January will be a birthday passing anniversary there, but it's taking my mind up to January. Okay. Looking what you're doing. And there must also be small children living as well. So I've just heard in my head, I'm looking after the kiddies, but not in spirit. I feel the kiddies are living, and what it's just saying to me is that it's got its eyes on the kiddies. So I don't know if they're your children, but they seem smaller. These are not adult children that I'm watching. These seem to be smaller children that Granddad's got his eyes on and that is watching as well. So that would be his great grandchildren, obviously. But that's what I feel like it's watching the kiddies. Oh, January was his birthday. Okay, that's fine. Thank you. So it's just the last little bit there he's given me to identify himself. All right. And he keeps showing me his eyes. So is it? I know you've already mentioned the eye color, but he must have either been known for his eye color, or people would always comment about his eyes. But he seems to be quite pleased with them. I want to say he keeps drawing my attention back to his eyes again. Are you all right? So as it's just given me that, Millie, it's just said to me is off now. So I feel that's all I've got to give you here from your granddad by way of evidence. So you know this is him. But get the what? The thing. The thing. Okay. Yes, I know what he means. He would say, he would say kiddies too. Okay, fabulous. Thank you. And Millie, I feel like it just said to me it had amazing eyes. Yeah, can you get what? Keep showing them to me. So, there's something in your kitchen, Millie, that needs fixing. I don't know if it's a mechanical thing or whether it's from like a furniture perspective, like a door or a drawer or something. But it's like, can you repair that thing in your kitchen? But it's not being specific enough with me for me to be able to say to you, it's the I don't know, the fridge or a pipe under the sink out of a tap. I don't know, but there's something in the kitchen which you've either got on your list of things to look at or to repair, or it's been talked about. Oh, it's the electrics in the okay, so it's a big thing. Okay, so that's Grandad knowing, letting you know that he is there. So yes, the electrics in the kitchen. Okay, fabulous. So it's just saying that and it's winking as it's saying it, right? So I feel like if he was here, he'd give it a good go and try and fix it. And I think necessarily it's his forte to fix electrics, but I think he would have given it a good go. But Millie, I feel he's come in really with that sense of humour, the laughter, those little memories he's brought in, like the Peter and the Paul thing. It's a silly thing, but it's something that you would remember, which he wanted to bring in to put a smile on your face and never to forget his personality. So, Millie, thank you very much for taking that, and I'm happy to leave Grandad's love with you. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, let me come to Nicole then, because as I said before, it could be a double link. I think for Nicole said it was her dad, didn't she? If I'm correct. Okay, thank you. So Nicole, we're just going to have a look back at your messages as well to say it could be a double link that we had that we have here. So your dad was 48 when he passed. Okay, used to doing things with his hands. All right, he had a slip disc. So that's the back thing that I talked about. I was shocked that morning. Didn't think he'd pass so soon. Yeah. Okay, so that's the shock again. Fly away, Peter. Yeah, thank you. That took a while to get that one, but we got there. You've got a memory of that in your childhood. Okay. George's great uncle. Marvelous. He had a lot of friends and family. Okay. Watching that. Oh, Mrs. Brown's Boys. I love that as well. I have two small kids. Okay. My fan. So the fan you're cooking is fixed. Okay. So let me just separate that energy then, or that link from the previous one, and let me try and link in here. Okay. Now, Nicole, I don't know if you like crystals, right? What I say to spirit is if it's a double link and I'm working with somebody new, I say to them, right, in order to separate the two spirit people, give me something for the new person I'm going to read for, right? And as I've asked for that in my head, Nicole, I feel like I need to mention to you an amethyst crystal. So I don't know if you collect crystals, if if you're a fan of them, or whether you actually have an amethyst crystal, but I feel like I need to reference the amethyst crystal. I know it's quite random, but it's spirit's way of getting me to let me know that I'm with another person, right? So a new link. So Nicole, let me know if you kind of understand what is talking about there by the amethyst crystal. Okay. Come on. Come on then, Dad. Come on, give me a bit more. Love them. Have a bracelet on my hand. Fabulous. So that is just spirits. Oh, possibly. Anyway, yeah, could be. Okay, so Nicole, that's just my spirit's way of make me know that I'm with you, right? With that amethyst bit there. Now, Nicole, again, would you understand your dad being a bit of a joker? Because I'm going to tell you what he did, what is showing me now. He feels quite playful to me, your dad, right? So would have loved to play with the kids, messing about, making you laugh, doing silly things. That just seems to be his personality that is trying to bring through here. Because what he's doing, and maybe this is another memory that you have of your dad doing this, but I don't feel he's trying to show me a chest condition here, but what he's doing is he's doing this with his chest and is going, let's make it. I'm not going to do it actually because I'll look a bit silly, but he's like doing that, like making a gorilla noise, like that, like that type where they go, ah, see, I'm going to do it and look a fool, but there you go. He's going, ah, and it's banging his chest. It's like a gorilla would do, like a Tarzan, Jane kind of thing. Totally a mess. Okay. But that's what he's doing. But then particular, so there must be a memory that you have of him like doing that as is banging his chest like that. Just playing about and being a bit silly, really. Oh, a gorilla song. Get out of it if it's a gorilla song. Oh, well, if you understand it, then that's fine. But then that's how he's got me to say that then by doing this gorilla thing. Okay, that's fine. Again, you understand it. Perfect. Right, where you take? I like him. He's got a nice energy about him. Where you going, Dad? What are you doing? Taking me down to what, November. You want me to go to November? Okay. Nicole, he wants to take me to the month of November as being significant. And there seems to be a sadness, or that November makes you feel a certain type of way about things. And so I don't feel it's going to be something joyful like a birthday or something. It feels more either November is a difficult month, or November it brings back a lot of, I don't know, memories or something. But it's just he wants to bring that in as evidence by mentioning the month of November. Okay. Okay. I've got to mention Pat as well, Nicole. I don't know if that's Patricia or Patrick, but Pat, it keeps dropping into my head. Pat. So I need to mention Pat as well. Okay. What you say that to me? That's very random, but do I say it? Yeah. No. Okay. So there's something very random, Nicole, but I'm going to give it to you because your dad's shown it to me. He keeps saying an apple a day keeps the doctor away, and is eating an apple. So I don't know if your dad was, that's one bit of fruit that he ate was apples, or whether that's to do with you. But like an apple a day keeps keep the doctor away. So it could be that, or is either saying, put more fruit in your diet, right? But it's this apple in particular that it is biting into, whilst also giving me that little quote there: "An apple a day keeps the doctor away." So a Pat could be sister or mum. Okay, that's fine. So Pat's is important to mention. That it's just bringing that in. Okay. Guess who? What? Guess who? Guess who? All right. November. I just don't like it because it's near Christmas. Okay, if that's what it means to you, that's fine. But I knew it was just there's something not very joyful and about November. Do you know what I mean? Do you know he wants to play the game of Guess Who with you? So I don't know if this is something you've recently played with your kids, whether it's a game that they play. But I'm being shown the game of Guess Who. You know, you've got all the faces of things, and you try and guess them, and as you guess them, you put them down. So I've got to mention that game, the game of Guess Who. So I don't know if this is a game that your dad played with you, or whether you played it recently with your kids or something. But Guess Who is important as well to reference, because I feel like it brings a fun memory back, or a fun thing to do with this Guess Who. So I'm flicking the things down as I'm guessing them. Because I don't eat apples. Always used to say that. I used to always just say that to you. Okay, and there's the evidence there. So thank you, Nicole. Right. Be okay. Okay. Right. So I'm trying to get the message from him as well, Nicole. So your dad's come in because my feeling is that what he's trying to put through to me. I know you said it's coming up to Christmas, and maybe not such a joyful time for you. Can't believe he remembered it. Okay. I feel he's saying to me, it's the time of year to be more joyful and more cheerful, right? Again, as I said before, it's easier said than done, but I'm just a mouthpiece for spirit. But ultimately, this is maybe a message for everybody, is that although spirit are your family are not physically here, they'll be in the spirit worlds, they still want us to enjoy what we've got going on. So although Christmas might not be such a great time for people, because we naturally miss people that are not here physically with us anymore, we need to remember that spirit also want us to have a nice time and to spend that time with the family that we've got, spend that time together. As you know, it's not all about presents and the material things. It's about getting together with family, whether it's just speaking to them on the phone or whatever it might be. It's trying to bring a bit of joy into this time of year where for some people there isn't so much of it. So I feel that's the message that he's got, Nicole, is to wanting you to have a bit of a cheerful time. Because I want to say to you, cheer up, love. I want to say that. Cheer up. Although, your dad's not here physically, he's there spiritually, right? In the spirit world. I feel like I want to say, have a drink for him. I feel like I want to say that as well. But ultimately, try to enjoy time with your kids, time with your family, or what have you. So try and do as much as you can. I don't like Xmas because he used to do the whole house, and it's just when he isn't there. I know, and I get that absolutely. I've lost a lot of people to spirit as well, and it's that time of year where we do contemplate more, we do think more about them. But when you do think about them and contemplate them, that brings your connection in, right? So when you talk to your dad in your head, that is your connection with your dad. I always say to people, you don't need to be a medium to connect with your own loved ones in the spirit world. Just that thought out to them, just speak to them out loud or in your head. That is your connection that you have with them. You can never break that. So Nicole, thank you very much for also speaking up there. I'm glad you did, because you got your bit of the message as well, which you needed to hear from your dad this evening. So I appreciate you taking that, Nicole. And I wish you a happy new year. And so thank you for taking that message there. Thank you. Happy to leave your dad's love with you. And everybody, whilst I'm wishing Nicole Happy New Year, Happy Christmas. Not Happy New Year, because I'll see you before then. But yeah, if you, I'm next on my next show is the what day are we? The 6th. So the 20th. That's 2 weeks time. So I will see you all before Christmas. If you can't come on the 20th, have a good Christmas. But that is my little show for the evening, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you've liked and shared, thank you very much. But do continue. So even when the stream is over, please still like it, share SPTV out in general, get us out there a bit more. That'd be very much appreciated. But don't forget this evening at 8 p.m. So if not got long to wait, you've got Christine Stewart doing psychic readings. So do stick around and enjoy your evening with Christine as well. And also don't forget on the 14th of December, last collective consciousness show on Spiritual Psychics TV, and he's back with another medley of mediums like last Thursday. So do join him for that show, which is also going to be his last show. But as always, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for your comments and for sharing and liking again. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you next time, hopefully. See you later.